Once upon a time, a very long time ago, I was at Iowa State University, and my beef science professor, Dr. Wilhelm, told the class that if you want to know what a good cow looks like, you should look at an old cow. And I was a little baffled by that because, I thought, well, it's an old cow, it's not going to look good. But I have here an example of exactly what he's talking about. This ewe right here is 9 years old, about to turn 10 in a month. And she hasn't been the most productive ewe, but she has raised 150% lamb crop in her lifetime. And just look at her. I haven't trimmed those feet. She's good on those feet. She's almost 10, no trimming. And look at this. She's rearing a nice set of twins. Let's look at why else she is still here. Look at that udder. Well above her hocks. Teat placement. Teat placement where we need it. Well suspended. Nothing to not like about this ewe. Our perspective here makes her head look a little big, but that's just because she's close to the camera. We can make her butt look big if we go over here. Anyway, I was baffled when that professor said, look at an old cow if you want to see a good cow. But I now understand what he's talking about. This ewe has not had to be culled because she lost her teeth. If we check her teeth, this isn't a very good picture, but you're going to see that she's got a solid mouth still. Almost 10 years old. She's good on her feet and legs. No problems there. Good udder suspension. Obviously producing plenty of milk for a couple of lambs. Now here's the difference between having to cull ewes at an average age of 6 years old versus, say, 9 years old. If your ewes can stay in the flock for 9 years and you have 100 ewes, you're going to need to replace 11 ewes per year. If your ewes on average leave the flock at 6 years old, you are going to need 16 replacements per year. So that's a difference of 5 replacements per year. You need 5 more if your ewes start losing their teeth or their udders start falling apart at 6. At $400 per ewe lamb, we're talking about $2,000 that comes out of your pocket because your ewes don't live long enough. So if you got a flock of ewes like this, you will be earning another $2,000 per year just because of longevity. So that was something I didn't intuitively understand. It had to be told to me a couple of times, but longevity is important. How do you get it? Well, you buy lambs from ewes like her. That you buy your replacement rams or your ewe lambs from old sheep, not from the young ones. But there's a lot more reasons why that ewe is actually more valuable despite her more mediocre type of performance in my flock. She never required assistance at lambing. She has produced those lambs with 0 grain. She has never required any jugging or any assistance to get her lambs to nurse or mother up. She just did the job. I call these anonymous ewes. They don't really stand out because they're not your most productive sheep, but yet after 9 years you kind of notice them.